This question is, what is a realistic amount of money you will spend for attending a trade show, including the cost of the show, setting up your booth, and all other expenses? Well, of course, that's a big question, just as big as the budget itself, right? But you've got some hard costs. The booth itself, the actual space you're renting, is really just the first in the line of expenses. You've got to consider things like renting the furniture and carpet, renting technology if you're not going to bring it, shipping of all of the materials that you need to have at the show. There's also something called drayage, which is actually the cost of getting everything from the shipping company actually onto the booth site. So if you've hired a shipping company, they take it as far as, say, the parking lot, and the drayage company brings it into the booth. There's also costs for electricity and plugging things into into plugs. With the unions, it gets really crazy. So read everything carefully. I know it gets very hectic. On the printing side and media development sides, of course, you're going to have your banners and posters, whatever you're designing your booth with, your portfolio, some video of whatever it is you're marketing, brochures, press items, as we've talked about, and promotional items, whether bookmarks, t-shirts, pens, whatever you choose. So that's another category of expenses that you need to be estimating. In personnel, you need to think about budgets for hiring staff or asking very good friends. You need to think about travel, and those hotel, car rental, food, and entertainment costs are of course dependent on the city that the trade show is in. And last but not least, some other services such as photography of your booth at the event, advertising, public relations distribution, things like that. So you have to estimate each one of these items to actually find your budget. Now, a good overall estimate is to think about the fact that you will spend at least double your cost of your booth budget. So if you buy a small booth, 10 by 10 for $5,000, you might expect your budget to be in the $10,000 to $12,000 range. Now again, these are just estimates. I mean, you can really cut your costs down by bartering some items, doing things yourself, staying at your aunt's house, you know, however you want to do it. But I'm just trying to give you an idea of what it will cost. And you are being given information from the trade shows, but go down this list that I've just given you and think about asking them what these other expenses are. Do you need extra lighting? Some of the smaller trade show booths include one light, one chair, one table, and your carpet. You don't need a lot else except your banners. But of course, in the larger booths, you really need to up your budget because you are filling in with your carpet and furniture and maybe even designing your own furniture, things like that.